Okay, good day everyone. So today we will be discussing about another episode of troubleshooting. So bilisan natin. We still have uh, two slides more about troubleshooting. So it's not really it's not it's not just all about troubleshooting. So it's also about uh, the purpose or the reasons bakit kailangan mong gawin yan. So bakit yan yung uh, ginagawa natin sa makina. So it's also part of troubleshooting. So in the slides, we will discuss about the problem and then the possible cause or the possible answer for that problem, and then I will share a little bit of information about why is that happening on our engine and some other information that I could share. So let's start. So first, some diesel engines are fitted with thermometer in cooling water outlet of each cylinder. The cooling water temperature from all the cylinder being risen above the normal, you should suspect. So pag um, yung cooling water temperature natin medyo mataas. So what should be the possible causes? So there's possibility na yung cooling system mo is madumi na, or ano pa ba? Okay, so let's check. So answer, possible din na overloading of all the cylinders. So overloading of the engine. So what if nalinis mo na yung cooling system mo, and then yung coolers mo malinis naman, pag check mo, so there is another cause na naman. So possible overloading na sa engine. So ano ba yung possible cause ng overloading of engine? So marami pa. So maybe yung kulang sa maintenance, or yung barko mo mismo madumi na yung hull niya. So marami nang nakadikit na mga ang tawag doon sisi. Okay? So if overloading of engine takes place, then the quantity of heat taken out by the cooling water will be very high, and in that case, jacket cooling water temperature will increase. Also, it may increase due to the malfunctioning of the control valve fitted on the water cooling system. So maybe the three-way valve or the temperature control valve fitted on your water cooling system, baka nagluloko na yung thermostat natin. So, baka naman madumi lang, maraming scaling doon, kaya hindi na makapaglaro yung ating thermostat. So, that's also a possibility. Okay, next. Some diesel engines are fitted with thermometer. So, so binalik na to. Binalik na. Okay. Next, a diesel engine using lubricating oil having too high viscosity will exhibit increase in starting difficulty in cold weather. So pag medyo mataas yung viscosity ng oil natin, at then pag uh, pag nasa malamig tayong mga lugar tulad ng Europe or in winter season, so there's a possibility na mahirapan kang magpa-andar ng makina mo. So if we are using high viscosity oil and having low viscosity index, because of the excessively high viscosity, there will be too much of drag and excessive friction between the bearing. The loss of power to overcome this drag will be so high that it will be difficult to start the engine from the cold, and most of the power which is used for starting and turning the engine will be wasted to overcome this friction caused by the high viscosity. So, usually naman gamit natin sa makina natin is yung iba 15W40. So, 15W meaning meron kaya niyang, so yung W dun sa 15W40 naman, yung W is also, some say it's winter. So, you can use it on winter, you can use it on temp or climate like the Philippines. So, check nyo rin yung langis nyo. So, usually naman, sinusunod naman natin yung recommendation ng manufacturer. Okay, and then manual. Check na lang sa manual kung tama ba yung lube oil na gamit natin. And then, maybe during startup, uh, you can use slow turning or turning gear mo muna, painitin mo muna yung makina mo, yung um, cooling water. So, yung high temperature cooling natin, painitin muna natin. And then, yung lube oil naman natin, recirculate lang natin sa lube oil purifier para uminit din siya. So, para bumaba yung kanyang viscosity. So, that's yung possible pwede natin gawin. Okay? So, di naman natin pwedeng palitan lahat ng langis. Diba? Sayang naman. Okay, next. So, one result of operating a diesel engine at light load with excessively low cooling water temperature is increase in the cylinder misfiring. So, light load or halos wala ng load, low load. Okay, so if the engine is operating at low load and with low cooling water temperature, the compression temperature and compression pressure will be very low. If the fuel is injected, then it may stop igniting and may cause misfiring of the engine. So dapat yung temperature, cooling water temperature natin nasa tamang degrees. So usually naman yan to 70 degrees. So kailangan medyo mainit yung ating cooling water before starting our diesel engine. Especially at light load kasi wala pang masyadong load siguro. Kulang din yung heating na nakikreate para sa ating cooling water temperature. So it may increase the cylinder misfiring. So yung gagawin na lang natin, increase na lang yung cooling water temperature by adjusting or by so before starting, kailangan 70 degrees Celsius and then ina-adjust natin minsan sa cooling water system, yung seawater natin, bawasan natin yung seawater system kasi yung nagpapalamig ng ating freshwater cooling system sa ibang system. So, tulad ng mga hindi conventional, yung central cooling system natin. So, usually sa seawater, binabawasan natin yung cooling ng seawater para hindi masyadong lumamig yung ating cooling water temperature. Especially pag yung makina natin or your diesel engine natin is at naka-light load pa o wala pa masyadong load. So, wala pa masyadong bigat na tinatakbo, hindi pa mabigat masyado yung load ng ating diesel engine. So, kukulangin talaga yung pag hindi mo binawasan yung cooling temperature, yung cooling water or seawater cooling ng ating freshwater cooling water, so syempre lalamig at lalamig talaga siya. Next, which of the following condition may tend to increase the ignition delay period of combustion in a compression ignition engine? So answer, decreasing the charge air temperature. So if the charge air temperature is decreased, automatically the temperature at the end of compression stroke will also decrease. When the temperature at the end of compression decreases beyond certain limit, it will be difficult for the fuel which is injected to convert into combustible mixture, and large amount of time will be required to achieve this process. In this situation, the time delay will increase, especially in compression ignition engines. Okay. Next. In a diesel engine, excessive cylinder liner wear will cause number 1, increased blow-by, and number 2, wear between the piston ring and the groove. So the answer are both. Both are correct. So if there is excessive cylinder liner wear, there will be blow past because piston ring will not seal the liner properly. When the piston rings will be sliding over the worn surface of the liner, which are not evenly worn out, in order to keep the contact with the liner, the piston ring will move in radial direction in and out continuously. Due to this, piston rings will slide over bottom surface of the ring groove, thus causing the excessive wear of the bottom of the ring groove. So, blow-by naman yung nasa loob ng ating combustion chamber, pwede siyang pumunta sa ilalim ng piston or doon sa crankshaft or sa scavenge area. Depende sa engine mo. So, kailangan nating i-prevent yan or Pag mayroon tayong liner wear, syempre palitan yung liner. And then check mo na rin yung piston rings mo, baka damage na, palitan mo na rin yung piston rings mo pag nagpalit ka ng liner. Okay, next. The change in the degree of fuel atomization in a fuel diesel engine will mostly affect penetration, fuel penetration. So, penetration and atomization are inversely proportional to each other. Hence, if there is excessive penetration, there will be less atomization, and if there is excessive atomization, there will be less penetration. When atomization takes place, the fuel particles are divided into very small, minute, microscopic particles, which will have less amount of energy to overcome the dense atmosphere in the combustion chamber, and hence it will not penetrate deep into the combustion space. On the other hand, if the atomization is less, then particle size will be bigger and their mass will be higher, and they will have high amount of kinetic energy to penetrate into the dense atmosphere air deep into the combustion chamber. So if we would uh, adjust, so while adjusting the fuel atomization of our fuel injectors, we should also check the fuel penetration. So, hindi lang, okay na to kasi maganda yung atomization niya. But, hindi naman siya nakapenetrate doon sa dense area ng ating combustion chamber kasi may compressed air doon. Diba? So, kailangan makapenetrate din yung fuel natin para magkaroon ng proper mixing yung fuel and air before combustion. Okay, next. Okay, the longer the ignition period occur in a diesel engine, the more rapid rise in the combustion pressure. So, more delay will give more accumulation of the fuel in the combustion space before the actual firing of the fuel takes place. As a result, the accumulated fuel will get ignited. When the accumulated fuel will get ignited suddenly or instantaneously, it will cause excessive amount of pressure rise in the cylinder. Next, diesel engine exhaust temperature may be used to indicate all of the above. So, diesel engine exhaust temperature. So, pag tingin mo ng temperature na exhaust mo, pag medyo mataas siya sa normal, or medyo mababa siya sa normal, so you can, pag mataas pala, okay, pag mataas, possible there will be a leaky exhaust valve, so overloaded cylinder, or clogged injector nozzle. So, pag mataas o mababa yung temperature mo, makikita mo sa exhaust temperature, possible na may mga problem sa ating sa loob ng makina. And then check mo na lang isa-isa. So what is the kung ano talaga yung problem. So at least may overview ka na kung anong mga possible na problems mo pag mataas or pag may abnormal yung exhaust temperature ng engine mo. Next, maintaining the proper fuel temperature will result in improved atomization. So, kailangan tama talaga yung temperature. Pabalik muna pala tayo. So, leaky exhaust valve, let's explain natin. So, the leaky exhaust valve will indicate increase in temperature because of the high pressure gases leaking past the exhaust valve. So, pag yung exhaust gases mula sa ibang cylinder ay pwedeng pumasok doon sa leaking na exhaust valve mo. For example, yung number 3 na cylinder head mo, yung exhaust valve niya is leaking. So, possible na yung mga exhaust na galing sa ibang mga cylinder pwedeng pumasok doon sa leaky exhaust valve mo that it will indicate the increase in temperature sa yung exhaust. So, pag check mo sa exhaust temperature, pag medyo mataas, check mo agad yung pag nakapara na, check mo yung, palamigin mo muna, and then check mo yung exhaust valve, kung may damage ba, kung wala, and then next na naman. Baka iba naman yung problem. So, for example, an overloaded cylinder will be indicated by excessive exhaust temperature. As higher the load, more will be the quantity of fuel which is injected. When the quantity of fuel injected increases, automatically the temperature of the exhaust gas increases. So, baka yung cylinder na yan overloaded na, so maybe too much fuel injected. Okay, so clogged injector nozzle naman. Thirdly, as the injector nozzle is clogged, automatically the quantity of the fuel injected will be decreased. In that case, the temperature may drop down for that particular unit, but it may increase for the other units. Also, if one or two holes of the injector are clogged, there is possibility that more fuel will be injected through the other holes, resulting in unbalanced distribution of the fuel in the combustion chamber, which may cause the afterburning effect and increase the temperature. So pag clog ang ating injector nozzle, pag clog, so meron siyang chance na lumiit lang yung fuel na pwede mo i-inject sa sa injector, sa combustion chamber, and then possible na bumaba yung temperature ng ating exhaust kaysa sa ibang mga cylinder. Pero there is also a possibility na pag clog lang yung isang butas ng ating injector, dun sa ibang butas lalabas yung fuel and then magkakaroon ng imbalance of combustion. So magkakaroon ng baka yung sa iba later na yung may magkakaroon ng afterburning kasi hindi nasunog lahat ng fuel during injection kasi mas maraming lumabas dun sa ibang butas. So possible naman na tumaas yung exhaust temperature mo. Okay, next. Maintaining the proper fuel temperature result in improved atomization. So maintaining proper fuel temperature will maintain proper viscosity, and viscosity is important from point of view of atomization. If viscosity is properly maintained, there will be proper atomization and proper penetration. There will be proper balance between penetration and atomization, and there will be better combustion. So yung atomization is yung pagkakapino-pino ng ating fuel during injection. So mas pino yung fuel natin, mas maganda kasi mas madali siyang sunugin. But di naman kailangan na sobrang pino naman na hindi naman siya makapenetrate doon or makamix ng tama doon sa ating combustion chamber. So merong hangin doon, compressed air, compressed or charged air pressure, meron tayong charge air pressure doon, kailangan din makapenetrate yung ating fuel doon sa pressure ng ating charge air. So, kailangan balance yung atomization and penetration. Next, combustion knock can occur in the cylinder of a diesel engine under any condition permitting excess fuel in the combustion chamber. So, excessive fuel in the combustion chamber may be due to ignition delay and cause sudden increase in the pressure. This excessive pressure will cause excessive knocking effect in the engine. So, doon nanggagaling yung ating knocking effect. Doon sa excessive pressure na nakikreate ng ating due to ignition delay. Okay, next. Persistent knocking in one cylinder of an 8-cylinder diesel engine is most likely to be caused by, okay, so whether the knocking in the cylinder is by fuel or not, it can be checked by cutting off the fuel and checking whether the knock persists or not. So, paano ba paano ba patayin yung fuel sa isang cylinder lang? So, mabilisan lang, pwede mong hilahin yung ating fuel pump. Or you can, or depende sa makina mo, you can adjust it electronically. Kung pwede mo i-adjust electronically or dun sa governor, may adjustment ba doon? But pag wala naman, you can shut off the supply from the fuel pump. So pag wala nang supply yung fuel pump, pakinggan mo na agad kung nagnanacking yung nagnanacking doon sa loob. Even if the knock persists after cutting the fuel oil, it indicates that there is some excessive clearance in some of the running parts. So most possible place is badly worn piston pin and bush. Every time when the piston is changing its direction from upwards to downwards, it will give the knocking effect. So pag wala naman sa fuel yung problem, baka doon na sa mga moving parts may problem. Okay? Next, a cracked cylinder head in an operating engine may be indicated by combustion gases venting from the expansion tank. Okay, pag yung ating cylinder head kasi nag-crack. So, pag nag-crack yung cylinder head, habang tumatakbo yung ating engine, since ang ating cylinder head is water-cooled, so there's a possibility that the high pressure na from the combustion or yung mga combustion gases natin, since mas higher ang pressure doon, papasok yung higher pressure to the lower pressure area. So the lower pressure area is the cooling water around the cylinder head. So pag yung exhaust gas papasok doon sa cooling water system, syempre makikita mo doon yung walang ibang may sight glass na makikita mo na may mga combustion gases na lumalabas, syempre doon paakyat doon sa expansion tank. So sa expansion tank, makikita mo doon pag may umuusok na doon na maitim, so possible nag-crack na yung cylinder head mo. So due to the crack, high pressure gases will enter through the cracks into the water space during the exhaust stroke, and that these gases may come out from the expansion tank, or the expansion tank may overflow. At the same time, this will be indicated by high jacket cooling water temperature of that particular unit. So pwede mo rin check kung saan yung cylinder na high ang cooling water temperature. So possible nandun yun yung crack. Kasi pag di mo naman maganda pag binaklas mo na lahat ng cylinder head tapos isang cylinder head lang pala ang may problem, di ba? So, pwede mo i-check doon sa cooling water temperature out or yung outlet temperature ng cooling water ng every cylinder. So, kung saan talaga possible na nagaling yung crack ng ating cylinder head. Okay, next. Coolant can be lost from jacket cooling water system by leakage from. So, the answer is all of the above. So, cracked cylinder head. So, water can be lost if there is crack in the cylinder liner or head during the suction stroke when the pressure inside the cylinder is low. When the pressure in the cylinder is low, water will leak into the combustion space. So when during the compression ignition stroke there is high pressure gas in the cylinder, it will enter the cooling space. Thus, there will be loss of water. The water loss can also be due to leaking piping joint. It can be seen externally. The pump sealing leakage will also result in loss of water, and it may enter the crankcase or it may come out of the hole fitted between the crankcase and the pump. Next, when oil, vapors, oxygen, and hot spots are present at the same time within a crankcase, which of the following hazards could develop? So, explosion, syempre. So, nakompleto mo na yung fire triangle. So, when oil, vapor, hot spot, and oxygen is present, the fire triangle is completed for fire resulting in explosion. This is called primary explosion, which will be followed by secondary explosion. So, pag nag-explosion na dun sa crankcase, magkaroon ng crankcase explosion, wag na wag mong bubuksan yung mga crankcase doors. So, let it be, palamigin mo lang for 24 hours. So, check mo yung temperature every 6 hours or every 4 hours. So, after 24 hours, pag medyo malamig na, so, pag malamig na talaga, so, pwede mo nang buksan para ma-check kung may mga problem ba or may gano'ng kalaki yung damage sa loob ng crankcase. So, to prevent the second explosion to occur. Okay, next. A possible cause for an individual piston to knock when at top dead center on a slow speed two-stroke diesel engine could be due to all of the above. So the main reason is that if there is excessive early fuel injection, fuel will get accumulated and there will be knocking. There will be sudden firing of the cylinder and cause the knock. Excessive bearing clearance will cause the mechanical knocking. Also, excessive bearing clearance between the running gears will cause low compression pressure. Due to low compression pressure, automatically the ignition will get delayed and knocking will take place. Also, because of overloading of engine, excessive fuel will be loaded in the engine, and the time available to burn will be less. More fuel will accumulate, and that accumulated fuel will ignite violently to give knocking. In other words, knocking will generally be because of increase in the ignition lag. Next, an automated diesel engine should normally shut down due to low lubricating oil pressure. So there are so many alarms or shutdown alarms or shutdown mechanisms na pwedeng magpatay ng ating diesel engine. So one of which is the low lubricating oil pressure. Pag bumaba na yung lubricating oil pressure mo at a specific pressure, uh, at a specific number, so magbibigay siya ng low lube oil pressure alarm. Pag bumaba pa siya doon sa low lube oil pressure alarm, magkakaroon ng low lube oil pressure, low alarm or shutdown na yon. Magsa-shutdown automatic yung diesel engine mo. It is to prevent the diesel engine from being damaged. Kasi pag nawala ng lube oil yung makina mo, lahat damage. Lahat ng moving parts pwedeng masira. While pag fuel lang yung nawala, mamamatay lang yan. Pag hangin lang nawala, mamamatay lang yan. Pero pag yung lube oil lang nawala, masisira yan. So that is the most important medium, or that is the blood of our diesel engine. So yung lube oil pressure. Lube oil talaga. So lubricating oil is the most important element of the engine. So if there is low lubrication oil pressure, the engine will not run even for a short time and may cause excessive damage. Hence, the first and foremost important thing for the engine is low lubrication oil pressure cut off. So usually yung low lube oil pressure cut off or shutdown is tinetest natin yan every 3 months. So, pero madali lang naman yan. So, you can test it monthly naman if you want to be sure. But usually, 3 months or 6 months, ni-test yan. So, sino ba nag-test niyan? Usually, kung sino yung engineer na nakatask dyan. So, for diesel engine or for generator, auxiliary engine, so third engineer. So, sa diesel engine naman, sa main engine naman, so usually second engineer or chief engineer. Okay? Next, routine monitoring of a diesel engine should include, so first, checking for leak. So, pag yung diesel engine mo, yung routine monitoring or yung ginagawa natin every duty rounds natin. So, umiikot tayo sa makina, check natin ano ba yung pwede natin ipan-check doon. So, aside from recording the temperature and pressure and other mga kailangan i-record. So aside from that, marami tayong pwedeng i-check doon or gawin. So checking for leak. So all of the above aspects will indicate proper running of the engine. To ensure proper running of the engine, all the parameters should be continuously monitored and checked and noted in the logbook. So check mo yung kung may leak, kung kaya mo higpitan mo lang, pag wala siya, or i-rectify mo kung anong problem sa leak, and then check yung temperature and pressure, and then pag hindi mo pa masyadong alam yung tamang sukat or tamang temperature and pressure mo, so you can check the previous records and you can double check with the manual to check talaga kung nasa tama yung temperature and pressure mo. And then listening for abnormal noise. So usually naman, pag nasa baro ka na, maingay doon. But, kahit maingay siya, maririnig mo yung tamang ingay or yung normal na ingay doon sa, ganun ba? Normal na ingay talaga. So, yung normal na ingay, mamememorize mo yan doon sa barko. And then, pag may narinig ka na konting nagbago sa ingay doon sa loob ng engine room, so, doon ka lang magtaka, baka may problem. So, doon maririnig, may mga abnormal noise ang tawag doon. Kasi meron namang normal na noise. So, usually, yung engine natin, naka-normal noise yan. So, through experience, so, sasanay ka rin. Malalaman mo rin yan. Okay? Next. One remedy for a high firing pressure in addition to high exhaust temperature in one cylinder of a diesel engine is to adjust the fuel rack. So, yung fuel rack natin, nakakonect yan sa fuel pump. So, from governor to fuel rack then the fuel pump. So, baka pwede mo lang adjust the fuel rack. Okay? Adjust the fuel rack. So, if both the exhaust temperature and peak pressure is high, it indicates that the quantity of fuel injected is more. It is necessary to reduce the quantity of fuel in the cylinder. This is done by adjusting the position of the fuel rack. Due to this, the quantity of fuel injected will automatically get reduced and locking will be stopped. So, pwede mo i-adjust sa fuel rack. Pag binawasan mo, in-adjust mo sa fuel rack, pwede mong dagdagan yung fuel injection mo or yung fuel quantity mo, pwede mo dagdagan, pwede mong bawasan sa fuel rack. Kaya dyan mo pwedeng i-adjust. Pero kailangan din na yung fuel rack mo is hindi magkalayo yung fuel rack adjustment dun sa ibang cylinder. So, check mo rin sa ibang cylinder kung ano na yung mga adjustment nila sa fuel rack. Baka naman may problem na sa fuel pump mo or sa fuel injector na may problem. Kaya hindi mahirapan ka na mag-adjust sa fuel rack. Okay? Next. If a diesel engine is difficult to start and operates at engine temperature lower than normal, you should suspect that compression pressures are below normal. So usually before starting the engine, pinapainit muna natin, ino-on natin yung heating sa ating cooling water temperature, and then yung lube oil naman, kailangan hindi masyadong mataas yung viscosity niya. Pwede natin pinapatakbo naman natin yung lube oil purifier natin. So before starting, kailangan naka-normal temperature muna siya. Okay? Or pwede natin bawasan yung cooling para medyo uminit na siya. Okay? Next. A distorted spray pattern of a fuel injector can cause loss of power. So when there is distorted pattern of fuel injector, there will not be a proper distribution in the combustion space. Fuel and air will not mix properly and complete air will not be available for combustion. This will cause the improper combustion of fuel, and because of this, there will be loss of power and high exhaust temperature. White smoke issuing from exhaust of an auxiliary diesel engine would mean engine is cold, so possible, or possible in a low combustion temperature. So if the engine is cold, the exhaust will have condensation of the moisture. At the same time, the exhaust gas generated will cool down and the moisture in the exhaust gas will also get condensed. This will result in white smoke from the exhaust gas outlet. Next, bluish smoke in the exhaust of an apparent diesel engine is caused by cold cylinder liner. So when the cylinder liner is cold, lubricating oil will not get scraped out of the liner into the crankcase, but it will get burnt along with the fuel into exhaust gas. This will result in blue smoke emitting from the exhaust manifold. So pag malamig yung ating cylinder liner, yung langis na napapalibot doon is yung nasasama doon sa combustion. Kaya yung usok natin nagiging bluish. So it is caused by oil. So, yung oil naman, na dadala yung oil kasi malamig naman yung cylinder liner. Next. One of the factors limiting the amount of load which can be put on a modern diesel engine is exhaust temperature. So, exhaust temperature is the criteria for loading the engine because the higher the exhaust temperature, the higher the temperature to which the component of machinery in combustion chamber are subjected. Higher the temperature of the components are subjected to, they lose their strength much earlier and their load carrying capacity decreases. Hence, the components fail under the influence of higher temperature and pressure. So, white smoke can also be caused by cracked cylinder liner. Yung cylinder liner natin is tubig yung lamig doon. And then, pag yung cooling water na yon is nakapasok sa ating combustion chamber, so it will cause white smoke. So, kakaroon ng white smoke doon sa chimney natin. White smoke exhaust. Next, if a diesel engine runs roughly, which one of the system listed is likely to be at fault? So, pag yung engine tumatakbo ng di maganda, so the possible fault will be the fuel system. If the fuel is of bad quality, it may have misfiring. When misfiring takes place, there will be fluctuation in the load and RPM of the engine. Next, one cause of diesel engine surging can be result of injection pump plunger stuck or worn. So the surging in question is that of turbocharger. When one unit fuel pump plunger is stuck or worn out, there will be no injection in that unit. Due to this, there will be unbalance of the engine power sharing. At the same time, there will be excessive fluctuation in the RPM, and this will cause the turbocharger to surge. Okay, which of the listed restart procedures should be carried before starting a Corsair type diesel engine after an overhaul? So all of the above. So pre-lubrication of the cylinder with hand crank. So yan, lahat kailangan natin gawin yan after overhaul of our diesel engine. So before starting engine, it should be necessary that there should not be any accumulation of water or fuel on top of the piston. Otherwise, there will be hydraulic pressure develop and cause damage to the engine. It is therefore necessary to open the indicator cock and turn the engine in turning gear. Also, the indicator cock should be kept upon open before starting and do blow through with air. Secondly, when the engine is in standstill condition, the cylinder liner and the valve seats are dry. It is necessary to supplement it with a lubricating oil so that initially, during few strokes, when the cylinder lubricator is not injecting, sufficient amount of lubrication oil is available on the cylinder liner wall. This is carried out by the lubricator turning by hand. Also, it is necessary in order to avoid the entry of water through the air, which may be because of condensation of moisture in the air. It is necessary to drain the air manifold. Next, plug spray hole in a diesel engine fuel injector will cause excessive smoking at idling speed or when the engine is on load. So when the engine is at idling speed or on load, due to the plug injector spray holes, there will be uneven distribution of fuel inside the combustion space. When there is uneven distribution of fuel in the cylinder, the complete combustion of fuel will not take place because of unavailability of air to the fuel. As a result, air pockets will be created, and because of lack of oxygen, the combustion will deteriorate and will form carbon formation and smoking. Next, late fuel injection in a diesel engine is indicated by low firing pressure with black or gray exhaust smoke. When the fuel injection firing is late, there will be afterburning. When afterburning takes place, the exhaust temperature will be high, and as the burning takes place under increase in volume condition, the pressure will drop. At the same time, there will be a large amount of black smoke. Next, an incorrect spray pattern of a diesel injector nozzle can be directly caused by overheating or overcooling of the nozzle or carbon blockage of spray hose. Under all the conditions, there will be distortion of fuel pattern and loss of power and high exhaust temperature. If there is overheating, the needle will not sit properly on the seat. At the same time, the clearance between the needle and guide will change, which will cause the leaking and because of which the spray pattern will change because of drop in pressure and leaking of the needle valve. In case of overcooling, the nozzle will get distorted because of corrosion and because of which the spray pattern will change. Thirdly, carbon blockage of spray holes will cause the distortion of the spray as the fuel will hit the carbon deposits and it will be distorted. Next, high cylinder pressure accompanied by low exhaust temperature can result from excessively injection timing. So if the fuel is injected early, there will be high firing pressures but low exhaust temperature because enough amount of time will be available for the fuel to mix properly and form a combustible mixture. The combustion will be perfect. When combustion is perfect, it will produce more amount of power and there will not be any afterburning. Hence, the exhaust temperature will be low but the firing pressure will be high. So a leaky diesel engine fuel injector will cause incomplete combustion. So leaky fuel injector will cause alteration in the fuel injection timing because there will be loss of fuel from the system. At the same time, the fuel that leaks in the combustion chamber will be in the form of droplets. So diesel engine piston seizure can be caused by all of the above. So if there is insufficient cooling of the cylinder liner, the cylinder liner wall temperature will be very high. Under such circumstances, the lubricating oil over the wall will get evaporated faster. Hence, excessive friction will be developed between the piston and the cylinder wall, causing the high temperature which may cause the piston to get welded and cause the seizure of the piston. Because of improper cooling of the piston, it will expand in radial direction and that will cause the seizure of the liner. Insufficient lubrication will also cause excessive friction between the piston rings and the liner, resulting in large amount of heating being developed. This will cause the piston to get welded, resulting in the seizure of the piston. So next, a diesel engine will lose power if the fuel injection occurs too early because the ignition will be delayed due to low ignition temperature. So if the injection is too early, the compression temperature and compression pressure will not be sufficient to ignite the fuel. Hence, fuel will get accumulated and the fuel will burn with explosive pressure that will give the knocking effect. At the same time, there will be afterburning and this would cause excessive loss of power. Next, when high firing pressure and low exhaust temperature occurs simultaneously in a diesel engine, it may be because of early timing of the fuel injection. So if the injection is not too early, there will be sufficient time for fuel and air to mix properly. At the same time, there will be sufficient ignition temperature so that the fuel will burn completely and efficiently and produce more power. As there is no afterburning, the exhaust temperature will drop and the firing pressure will be high. Next, if the firing pressure in a diesel engine is high, although the exhaust temperature is normal, the cause may be high compression pressure and high scavenge air pressure. So if the scavenge air pressure and compression pressure is high, the firing pressure will be high. As good quantity of the air is available at slightly low temperature, it will not affect any rise in the temperature, but the firing pressure will be definitely high. Next, which of the following statements represent a rolling of a diesel engine with the cylinder indicator cock open prior to starting? So, to ensure foreign material such as water, lubricating oil, or fuel is not present in the cylinder. So, if liquid such as water, lubricating oil, or fuel is present on top of the piston due to any reason, as these liquids are incompressible, they may produce large amount of pressure which will cause breaking of the piston rings, liner, cylinder head, and in worst case, it may damage the crankcase. In order to avoid this, so kailangan nating tanggalin yung mga liquid, so like water, fuel, or lube oil inside the cylinder during starting. So, kailangan mo muna buksan yung ating indicator para ma-blow through yung mga liquid. So the engine must be turned by turning gear within the indicator cock open so that if there is any pressure developed or liquid on the top of the piston, it would be released from the cylinder and would not be able to develop any excessive pressure in the cylinder. Next, in order to start a large slow-speed diesel engine on high-viscosity fuel oil after an extended shutdown, the fuel must be preheated. So fuel has to be preheated so as to bring its viscosity down so that it can be injected. This is done by preheating of fuel. When the viscosity is excessively high, there will be excessive drag and atomization will suffer. When atomization suffers, the combustion will not be proper and sometimes the fuel may not get fired at all. Under such circumstances, it is necessary to preheat the fuel before starting the engine after prolonged shutdown. Next, what harmful condition could result in if a diesel engine is operated at very light load for a long time? So increase carbon buildup. So if a diesel engine is operated at very light load for a long period of time, The combustion is inefficient because of low compression temperature and pressure. Also, the quantity of air will be less, and under such circumstances, there will be improper combustion of fuel, and improper combustion of fuel will cause the formation of carbon deposits in the combustion chamber. Next, a diesel engine should not be operated at low load for a long period of time because all of the above. So due to the lack of air available, the combustion will be affected, and this will cause the improper combustion and carbon deposition will take place. Secondly, as a sufficient amount of air is not available for combustion, some amount of fuel will remain unburned, which will get coated over the cylinder walls and will be scraped downwards or scraped downwards by the oil scraper rings, and it may find its way to the crankcase. The excessive fuel along the cylinder wall will get scraped along with the excessive lubricator oil and finds its way in the crankcase, and the crankcase oil will get contaminated. At the same time, the carbon deposits formed due to improper burning may get plugged on the exhaust valve seat, and because of that local burning of the seat and the valve will take place, which may damage the valve. At the same time, when the exhaust valve does not close properly, there will be wire drawing effect and the cutting effect on the exhaust valve seat, and this will cause the exhaust temperature to rise. So the answer will be heavy carbon deposits built up on the exhaust valve and exhaust manifold. Fuel dilation is increased at low load and exhaust valve may get damaged. Next, the possibility of a diesel engine crankcase explosion will increase by operating the engine by a leaking crankcase inspection cover gasket. So, pag leaking yung ating crankcase inspection cover, so possible na yung air or hangin na kapasok doon sa ating crankcase. So, it may increase the possibility of a crankcase explosion. So, kailangan okay yung mga gasket natin sa ating mga crankcase door and the crankcase inspection doors. Next, main precaution diesel engine continues running after shutdown. You should now attempt to tumatakbo pa rin yung propulsion mo kahit na pinatay mo na. So, kahit pag tumatakbo na siya, you should now attempt to stop the air supply. So, you can also stop the fuel. So, there may be a possibility that the fuel pump racks are stuck up in one position. Then, even if the stop signal are given by the governor to the engine, some of the fuel pump rack may not be brought back to the stop condition, and the engine will continue running. For this purpose, puncture valves are provided to avoid this situation. Under such condition, if the engine keeps running and it is necessary to bring it to stop condition, the blanketing of the suction filter of the turbocharger is the best method. By this method, the blanketing will deprive the engine of the air. When the engine is deprived of the air, the fuel will not ignite and the engine will stop. So, pag pinatay natin yung fuel, medyo matagal pang kumara yung makina natin since marami pang fuel na natitira sa linyada. So, ubusin mo na yung fuel bago mamamatay yung makina. So, other option is to blanket or takpan mo yung daanan ng hangin sa turbocharger. So, pag wala ng hangin makapasok dun sa ating combustion chamber, so, mas madali or mamamatay na rin yung ating diesel engine. And then after that, you should check bakit hindi nag-shutdown yung makina mo. Possible sa governor ba ang problema, sa fuel pump ba yung problema, or may mga stock up ba sa fuel natin. Okay, so check mo na agad. Or kahit palamigin mo konti, then check mo. Next. Low compression pressure in the diesel engine can be caused by carbon deposits in the piston and piston rings. So due to this, the piston will get seized inside the liner and they will not exert sufficient pressure on the liner walls. As a result, there will be excessive blow pass and the compression pressure will automatically drop because of lack of proper sealing between the piston and the liner. Next, if the diesel engine has been stopped due to piston seizure due to severe overheating, The crankcase inspection cover should not be opened until the engine is cooled. Tama. So under such circumstances, as the piston is hot, there will be hot spot present inside the crankcase and there is already possibility of high amount of fuel mist. If at this moment the crankcase door is open for cooling purpose, the fresh air will rush inside the crankcase. When sufficient amount of air is available along with the mist and the hot spot is present, there will be severe explosion and severe damage. Next, which of the following conditions indicate dilution of diesel engine lubricating oil by fuel? For first is, so the answer is drop of viscosity. So the dilution of diesel engine lube oil by fuel can be indicated by the drop in viscosity because fuel acts like solvent. When the fuel acts like solvent, then automatically the lubricating will become thinner and hence its viscosity will drop. Also, its flash point will drop. So pag nahaluan ng fuel ang ating lube oil, so yung viscosity niya ay papagsak. So a large slow-speed diesel marine engine is operating at rated load and speed while the vessel is in calm seas. As the intensity of the sea increases, the engine speed governor indicates same RPM, although the load indicator indicates an decrease in the load limit setting. So if the governor is RPM dependent governor, it will try to maintain constant RPM irrespective of the load change. In order to avoid the excessive loading of the engine and to keep the RPM constant, it is necessary to set low load limit. Under such circumstances, the fuel will be given only to maintain the RPM and the load will be reduced. To keep the RPM constant at higher load, we have to give more fuel. Main engines which are directly coupled to the propeller, the governors are mainly constant load governors where they try to keep the load constant and avoid loading resulting in drop of RPM. Next, a drop in compression pressure of a diesel engine can caused by burnt valves. So if the compression pressure of only a particular unit is dropping, the problem is only of that particular unit and not of the whole engine. Under such circumstances, it is necessary to investigate the possible causes for that unit. In this case, the possible causes may be the piston ring may be sticky or the piston rings may be worn out or liner may worn out or there is possibility that valves are leaking. Next, which of the conditions listed could cause the cylinder relief valve on a large low-speed propulsion diesel engine to lift? So the answer would be excessive fuel injection. So when there is excessive fuel injection, there will be excessive rise in the firing pressure. When the firing pressure reaches above the setting of the relief valve lifts. Next, an increase in crankcase pressure generally indicates worn cylinder liner. If the cylinder liner is worn out or piston rings are worn out or stuck up, in all these conditions, the high pressure gases will find its way between the liner and piston rings into the crankcase and the crankcase pressure will increase in case of the trunk type of engines. Next, if the diesel engine was running at 20% overload with a smoky exhaust, you should slow the engine allowing it to cool gradually. So, wag mo patayin agad. So, unti-unti lang yung pagpapalamig. Huwag mo patayin agad kasi magbibigla yung mga parts. Bigla yung parts magka-crack or masira, magkaka-damage. So, you have to reduce the load on the engine so that it will be brought slowly into the normal working temperature and hence there will no increase in the temperature. Hence, sudden stoppage should not be done, otherwise there is a possibility that the liner of the piston or the piston may crack due to sudden cooling. Okay, next. The starting air rotates a diesel engine at a proper speed but the engine fails to start. You should check the answer all of the above. So you should check the So, pag-start mo ng, ang nangyari dito is, when you start the diesel engine, yung rotation niya o yung RPM niya, tama naman, pero hindi siya, pag binitawan mo na yung starting button, hindi siya tumatakbo. So, the engine fails to start. So, pag-start mo, either by hangin, air-driven siya, or motor driven siya. So pneumatic motor or hydraulic motor driven siya. Pag ikot ng makina, tama naman yung speed niya, pero hindi nakapag-inject yung fuel siguro or nag-fail yung engine. So, hindi talaga siya nag-start. Tumakbo siya, umikot, pero hindi nag-start. So, what are the things you should check? First, you should check the overspeed trip. Baka naka-activate yung overspeed trip niya. So, kahit na anong paikot mo sa kanya, hindi niya magawang tumakbo ng after mong bitawan yung start button. Or B, there is an obstruction on air filter. So, possible yung may valve yung sa air filter mo na nakasarado yung valve kahit na anong paikot mo sa makina, hindi siya makahigop na hangin. So, hindi siya talaga siya makapag-create ng combustion sa loob. So, hindi siya tatakbo. Okay? Or next, air in the fuel line. So, may fuel ka naman, pero during starting, hindi makapag-inject ng fuel kasi yung hangin na nakapasok doon sa fuel injector mo, yun yung possible na uh, nagiging way na hindi makapag-open yung uh, injector natin, nozzle. So yung plunger doon, hindi makabukas kasi may hangin yung fuel line mo. So first is bleed mo muna yung fuel line para mawala ng hangin. Para pag start mo, takbo agad. Okay? Next, if the diesel engine turns over at normal crank speed but fail to start, the cause could be a late fuel injection or inadequate fuel injection. So, tulad ng unang tanong, napatakbo mo naman at sa tamang cranking speed, pero hindi mo napa-start. So, nag-fail yung starting niya. So, another cause would be inadequate fuel injection. So, baka walang fuel na nabibigay or kulang yung fuel na nabibigay niya para makapag-create siya ng combustion. Okay, next. An increase in power output of a turbocharged diesel engine operating at constant engine speed results in high use temperature, increased turbocharged speed, and high airbox pressure. So as the power output of the engine increases, more amount of thermal energy is available in the exhaust gas, which can be utilized by the turbocharger. Hence, the exhaust temperature will increase and more heat is available at the turbocharger. Hence, the turbocharger speed will increase. When the turbocharger speed increases, it will provide more quantity of air and hence the scavenged air pressure will increase. Next, an accumulation of carbon on one of the thermocouple of an exhaust gas pyrometer will read low temperature due to the insulation effect of the carbon deposits. So, kaya minsan yung ating pyrometer or yung temperature gauge ng ating exhaust gas, hindi kasi temperature gauge talaga ang ginagamit, pyrometer ang tawag doon. So, yung pyrometer na gamit natin to read the temperature reading ng ating exhaust gas ng ating cylinder head. So, maaring nagkaroon na siya, napuno na siyang carbon sa thermocouple niya, kaya hindi na siya makapag-read ng tamang temperature reading. So, mababa na siguro yung temperature reading na kahit okay naman yung makina mo. Next, clogged or partially obstructed exhaust port on a diesel engine can cause high exhaust temperature. So, as the exhaust ports are clogged or partially obstructed, the exhausting will be affected and hence complete removal of exhaust gas from the cylinder will not take place. The sweeping complete action of the exhaust gas by the incoming scavenged air will not take place. The incoming scavenged will get mixed with the exhaust gas and there will be dilution of the air charge with the remaining exhaust gas of the cylinder liner. Due to this, improper combustion will take place which will cause the black smoke and loss of power will take place and high exhaust temperature because of the afterburning effect. Next, combustion knock is likely to appear as a result of fuel with low ignition quality. So, possible na pag hindi maganda yung ignition quality ng ating fuel, magkakaroon ng afterburning. So, yun yung magka-create ng mga knocking or parang may na-knock dun sa loob ng ating combustion chamber. Next, black smoke exhausting from a diesel engine may be caused by clogged air cleaner. So, pag plug yung ating air cleaner, mababa lang yung, konti lang yung hangin na nakakapasok dun sa ating combustion chamber. So the mixing of fuel and air ratio is hindi pantay. So mas maraming fuel kasi konti lang yung hangin na ibibigay mo, nagkakaroon ng black smoke. Okay? Next, if two-stroke diesel engine is overspeeding due to lubricating oil leakage of the cylinder, what should you do to stop the engine? So, pag nagkaroon tayo ng lube oil leakage, so hindi natin hayaan na maubos yung ating langis. Kailangan natin mapatay agad, mapara agad yung ating engine. So, you can stop the fuel injector, shut off the governor, shutdown, anong tawag doon? Overspeed trip, or you can block the flow of intake air. You can emergency shutdown. Pwede mo pindutin yung emergency shutdown. Pag ayaw talaga, flow of intake air, tanggalin mo yung hangin. Or then pag ayaw pa rin, patayin mo yung fuel hanggang papara at papara talaga yan. Especially pag wala ng hangin, papara yan. Next. Two-stroke diesel engine operates electrically, overspeeds and fails to restart when the crankcase at normal speeds. Which of the following problems is likely the cause for the engine failing to restart? Failure to reset overspeed trip. So, pag hindi mo reset yung overspeed trip, hindi talaga siya tatakbo. So, the overspeed trip is very important. Kaya, hindi siya pwedeng mag-trip lang na walang human intervention. Kailangan mo talaga ikaw yung mag-reset ng overspeed trip. Okay? Next. When running a large low-speed main propulsion diesel engine on heavy fuel, which of the following precautions should be observed when switching back to diesel? So, the temperature of fuel from the preheater should be gradually retarded after switching over to the three-way valve. So, since yung diesel natin is hindi naman kailangan na mainit yung diesel para makapag-create ng combustion, while yung heavy fuel kailangan mainit talaga para maging tama yung viscosity niya para for injection, for combustion. So, pag change over mo yung heavy fuel to diesel, kailangan unti-unti mo yung pag-change, i-check mo yung temperature of fuel. So, gradually, bababa siya hanggang sa wag mong biglain na change over mo agad sa diesel kahit mainit pa yung fuel. Kasi hindi maganda sa diesel na mainit pa. So, whenever the changing from diesel oil to heavy oil or vice versa is to be taken place, it is necessary that the temperature of oil heated or lowered should be carried out gradually so that there is no sudden thermal shock loading of the components of the fuel injection system. At the same time, it will allow proper expansion and contraction of different parts, thus maintaining the proper clearance between the running parts of the system. Otherwise, there is a possibility that one part will cool at a faster rate than other. In that case, there is seizure or the plunger in the fuel pump or needle in the guide, and there will be heavy damage. Next, if it becomes necessary to cut out an individual cylinder of a large low-speed main propulsion diesel engine, the fuel oil cylinder should be secured and its fuel oil rate should be reduced. So, cut out. So, isang cylinder lang yung di mo papaganahin. So, tanggalin mo yung fuel sa isang cylinder mo lang tatanggalin yung fuel. Baka may malaking damage doon na hindi mo siya pwedeng patakbuhin. So, so as the unit is not firing, so since hindi nag-firing yung isang unit, there's no need of cylinder lubrication. Otherwise, the excessive lubrication will go along with the exhaust and damage the turbocharger, and it may catch fire in the exhaust manifold, causing the overspeeding of the turbocharger. So this is not fuel oil. Lubrication oil rate should be reduced. The fuel oil to the cylinder should be secured. So, wala ng fuel dyan, and then you reduce the feed rate ng ating cylinder lubrication. Kasi hindi naman masyadong kailangan yung cylinder lubrication kasi wala nang combustion na nangyayari doon. So, bawal na magkaroon ng excessive lubrication while that cylinder is cut out. So pag hindi mo muna ginagamit yung isang cylinder, baka may damage doon na ayaw mo nang paandarin yon. So bawasan mo or reduce mo yung lube oil cylinder lubrication mo doon up to the minimum na pwede. Next, late fuel injection is indicated by lower normal cylinder pressure and high exhaust temperature. So this will happen because of afterburning, not due to burning the fuel at the right time. Due to burning during the expansion stroke, there will be loss of pressure and increase of temperature. So that's it for our third video. So medyo mahaba pala tong video na to. So thank you for your time. So hopefully mas marami kayong matutunan, and then pag may tanong kayo, please do message me so that I can help you with your questions. Okay, so huwag mahiyang magtanong. Huwag mahihiyang magtanong. Right mid ba to? Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much. So goodbye guys.